Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've created this bronzy look using all cruelty-free makeup products and brands. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, so I've used minimal amount of products. And as you can see, we've gone with natural lashes today, no falsies, just to keep it really simple. So let's get on with the tutorial. I'm going to start with the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love this product. I am oily combination and it's a great way to keep oil at bay. You may notice I'm wearing a grey top at the moment, but I will change into a top that goes with the makeup colours. So bear with me because the makeup will not match my clothing. It was a little bit cold, so I wanted to stay warm, but I'll change at the very end. If you're interested in learning more about makeup that complements skin tones, hair colour, clothing, let me know and I'll do a video on that. For foundation, I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics CC Nude Glow, which is their new foundation. So what makes this different to the original is that this is made up with 90% skincare and it's much more like a serum foundation. On the website it does say that this is a medium coverage foundation, however I feel like when you blend it in with a brush or your fingers it's definitely more sheer, but it is buildable to be a good solid medium. The skincare aspect means it contains 2% niacinamide, it contains hyaluronic acid, green tea extract, and it is also an SPF of 40. As I always say, having that in the foundation is great, but you need to wear a standalone SPF underneath your foundation if you want reliable protection. So I applied 2 very light layers of this, and as you can see on the skin it looks beautiful and it lasted all day. Next I'm going to go in with my favourite concealer. This is great if you have fine lines and wrinkles underneath your eyes or your under eye area is quite dry. This is the Trinny London BFF Concealer. It's a serum concealer, so again it has those skincare benefits. It has this really nice texture that just does not crease underneath the eyes. You definitely can just blend this in with your fingers. I'm just going for a bit more of a flawless finish because I applied a little bit extra underneath my eyes, so I'm bouncing that in with my beauty blender. Before I fill in my eyebrows, I always remove any residue of foundation or powder from my hairs using a cotton bud. And then I like to use my Urban Decay Brow Blade to fill in my eyebrows. I do have a dedicated tutorial on this, so I will link that on screen for you. I won't bore you with the full version of how I fill it in. It takes me a few minutes to do. It is very quick, but it is a bit boring to keep watching the same old over again. So if you want to see how I fill in my eyebrows and make the most of them, I will leave the tutorial on screen for you now. As you can see, this is the before and after, still very natural, but a bit fuller. I'm using my new favourite 100% cruelty-free vegan synthetic bristled makeup brushes by BK Beauty, and I'm going to use my 202 defined crease brush to blend some bronzer into the socket of the eye. This is the first step in this eye look. I'm going to keep it really simple. We're going to do window wiper motions through the socket up towards the brow bone, and you can also pour this out on the outer edge depending on if you want to keep the eye quite rounded or you want to elongate the shape of your eye. I've been using these brushes for a couple of weeks now and I am so in love with them. I do get sent a lot of brushes, but they're really amazing quality. I'm quite fussy with my tools, like the length of the bristles. For me, the density is really important. I like them to be varied so that I can achieve a different finish. So definitely take advantage of my discount code if you want to try them for yourself. This is a new brand to me. This is called Gen C. This is their mixed media metallic liquid eyeshadow in the shade Desert Highway 03, which is a dirty gold shade. It's another cruelty-free brand, of course, and I just love the pigment payoff of this. Look how intensely pigmented this is. It blends out like a dream. The opacity is incredible, and that metallic finish is just insane. They have quite a simplistic offering. I really would like to have seen more options for colours, but maybe that's what they're about. They like to keep things quite simple. So I've applied that over the mobile lid up towards the socket, and then I've just buffed over the seam with the same 202 brush. I decided I wanted to create a bit of a V shape on the outer edge. This is completely optional. You can keep it round like I originally did, or you can extend it slightly like I'm doing here. Once you've blended that out and it's dried down, you want to go in with a small amount of bronzer just to tie this in with the socket so that it all blends nicely. Otherwise it will just look gold on the outer edge and then warm through the middle half of the socket. Again, I'm still using that same 202 brush. This is a new product from Iconic London. This is called Kissed by the Sun. Available in a few shades. This is a hybrid of a blush, bronzer and highlight. I'm taking the shade Date Night and I'm using my finger to press this over the top of that metallic eyeshadow. I just wanted to warm up that gold a little bit so that it tied in with the bronzer that we've got going on through the socket. However, if you want to keep it on the cooler side, then use a cooler brown through the socket. You can use an eyeshadow, it doesn't have to be a bronzer. To darken the root of the eyelashes, I'm going in with this classic brown powder pencil by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to take this very close to the root of the eyelashes and then we're going to use a smudger brush to soften it. Using a pencil over a liquid liner or a cream eyeliner is definitely more favourable if you have hooded eyes because it's a softer finish. That being said, if your lid space is quite small, you don't have to apply this directly on your top lid. Instead, you can tightline, which is an area that usually becomes more obvious once you've curled your eyelashes. It's the fleshy pink tone that you see underneath your top lash line. Next, you want to smudge out that eyeliner. So we're going to use this 204 brush by BK Beauty. I love this as an alternative to one of my favourite ones by Zoeva, which is really difficult to get hold of. Start by pushing the eyeliner upwards in a gentle motion so that you can start to blend it into the colours that we've already got on the eyelid. The eyeliner on the outer third of the eye is the one you will extend the furthest, and then you want to keep it closer to the root of the eyelash as we get to the inner corner of the eyes. You know me, I like to create a bit of a lifted look on the outer edge, so I always like to create a bit of a sharp triangular finish and then soften that with a brush, but you don't have to do this. I know with hooded eyes this isn't always possible, but you can always darken the outer third. It doesn't have to be in a winged shape. To create more of a sultry finish to the eyes, I'm going to take the same pencil along the waterline. I'm taking it all the way across, but like I've done here, you can take it halfway across so it doesn't completely close up the eye. You can also just take this underneath your lower eyelash line if you want to make your actual eye look a lot larger. And if you haven't done so already, tightline as well. Next, I'm going to take this 207 brush by BK Beauty and I'm going to use this underneath the lower eyelash line to take the colour from Gen C and run that all the way along the outer corner to the inner corner, and we're going to keep this really soft. I love this brush because it's tightly packed and it's very small, so it means you can really fit it underneath the lower eyelash line. It's also super soft, so you're not going to feel any scratchiness like you get with some bristles. Over that metallic eyeshadow, we're going back in with the iconic London Kissed by the Sun. And then closer to the root of the eyelash, I'm going to take that pencil and I'm going to smudge this underneath. So apply it in a line first, and then we can go back in with our smudger brush to soften it. This just prevents the eyeliner looking quite harsh. Instead, it just helps to soften it and creates that nice soft, sultry gradient that mimics the top lid. For mascara today, I'm going to use this Cloud Mascara by SWEED Lashes. I really love the wand of this. If you like the wand on Bad Girl Bang, one that really coats every single lash, then you'll really like this one. It's a clean mascara. It's buildable. It really does fan out all your eyelashes. There's no smudging or flaking. It also has panthenol in it, so that's like a vitamin B5, so it's really good for your eyelashes. And it's also a vegan formula, so overall really nice. I also liked their original, I think it might be called the Lash Lift or the Pro Lift, but that was a nice mascara, but I really prefer the wand on this. It's so nice. I'm applying a couple of layers of this to really make the most of our natural lashes because we're not applying any falsies. Up close like this, it's always less attractive, it looks a bit more spiky, but from a distance, you need some volume so that it stands up to the eyeshadow. It's all about creating balance, however, it's also still down to preference, so if you prefer a much lighter layer of mascara, go ahead and do so. This wand is also great for your lower eyelashes because it's slightly tapered as it gets towards the tip, so it makes it easier to get into those smaller areas like lower eyelashes. Going back to the skin, I'm going to take one of my favourite contour sticks. This one is by SOSU. I believe this comes in a couple of shades. The one I'm using is Cool. I'm placing this on all the areas that I want a little bit more definition or a little bit of shade. This is a cool tone, so it will mimic more of a shadow rather than a bronzy vibe. That being said, it isn't a grey tone. As you can see, it still has a little bit of warmth to it. So if you're on the fairer side, this will be a really nice colour for you as a contour without looking too ashy. I'm using my damp beauty blender to bounce this onto the skin, and as you can see, it blends in like an absolute dream. It really is like butter. If you are shopping from the SOSU website, I do have a discount code. You can get 15% off. It's Shonagh15 at the checkout. I will also link it to Beauty Bay, as I know it's sold on there, but there isn't a discount code that you can use unless Beauty Bay are running their own discount code. So if you are looking to get into cream contour and you're a little bit nervous, you can really see that you can't really go wrong with this one. It's so light, buttery, that it blends like an absolute dream. You would be hard pushed to go wrong with this product. And I love that it really is affordable. You can also use a brush to blend this in. You can also use your fingers. I tend to use a beauty blender if it's got a little bit of residual foundation in the sponge, because this just helps with the blending process. As I've used cream-based products and a glowy foundation, I want to apply a finishing powder over the top. Because I am oily combination, this will just help to give a bit more of a flawless finish to the skin and take away any unwanted shine. I love this one by Charlotte Tilbury because it really does give a blurred finish to the face. So you still look natural, but you have almost like a bit of a soft filter to the skin. I'm going to go in now with my powder bronzer over the top. This one is the Endless Summer Bronzer by bareMinerals, which you know has been a favourite of mine for years now. And I love the shade Faux Tan. This one is slightly cooler. They have two shades. One is more warm, one is cooler. And it's similar to the contour sticks. I prefer the cooler tone. If you want to stay away from the oranges and the fake tan finish, then opt for the cooler versions. Nude Sticks is also cruelty-free, another great cream-based product. They also have just recently brought out Bondi Belle, which is the sister to Bondi Bay, which is also cooler. I will link that below with the discount code as well if you want to try that version. So as I said, the iconic London Kiss by the Sun is a hybrid of blush, bronzer and highlight. So I'm going in with the shade So Cheeky, which is a little bit more punchy, and this is going on the cheeks. I'm using the 106 brush by BK Beauty, which is actually a round top foundation brush, but I'm using it for blush. I honestly can't tell you how beautiful these brushes are. If you are looking for a new brush set, or if you're wanting to add additional brushes to your current kit, definitely take advantage of the 10% discount code. Once I've applied that, I then like to go in with my beauty blender just at the front to make sure it's nice and soft. This is a new intense lip and cheek colour by Nude Sticks. It's called Sun-Kissed Nude. This pairs really nicely with the top that I'll be wearing in a moment. Again, it's all about wearing cohesive colours, complementary shades. So this pulls the eyeshadow, the root of my hair colour and the top that I'll be wearing all together. Once again, don't forget on nudesticks.com, if you use the discount code Shonagh, you'll get 10% off site-wide at the checkout. To complete this look, another optional step, I like to pop on some freckles. I just really feel like it makes the skin look a lot more natural, because it's as if your natural freckles are coming through, therefore you don't have a ton of foundation on because you're not covering your freckles, and I just feel like it really pulls the look together. I will link my really quick faux freckle tutorial on screen for you now, and that completes today's makeup look. At the time of filming, all the products I've used are classed as cruelty-free. Most of them should be certified, but none of these particular brands test on animals. If you guys have any requests for future looks, please let me know in the comment section below. If there are new products that have come out that you would like me to test or show you, then I can do my best to get in touch with the brands and see if I can get samples to share with you guys. If you have any comments on today's tutorial or any requests, leave them in the comment section below and I will do my best to get back to you. All products I've used will be listed and linked in the description bar along with any discount codes. Don't forget you can also follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram, which is at ShowMeMakeup. I also have TikTok, but you'll see most of those over here on Shorts. So thank you for watching and I will see you tomorrow with a short and Thursday with a new upload. Bye guys!